All right. All right, Shalom. I'd like to start out with saying, Call Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harikakodash, Ma'abah. Double honor to the elder apostles, the great millstone. Double honor to our elder apostle as well. I heard one by Yashar down here in the lines in camp. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth, sincerity, and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. All right, I'm Kanaksan by Yashar from the lines in the Yashar camp. And this is going to be, I don't even know, exhortation, spiritual hydration, but it goes from a comment that I made. Uh, First time I made that comment, I made it to my woman, and I had said that when the Yahweh Shemel Shai um created Esau, he broke the mold, right? And um recently said it again at camp, and you know people laughed about it and things like that, but I just want to dig into that a little bit deeper and really emphasize what I was saying when I was uh, the message I was trying to convey when I made that statement. All right. So, Lord willing, let's edify and serve His purpose for the hopeful elect, the ones that truly believe in the name Yahweh by Shemel Shai. All right. So I might have to turn one of these lights on. All right, so I can see. Wait a minute. That one. All right. So I woke up uh in the middle of the night and I went to check on my kids one night, right? And as I was covering them back up, because kids love to kick the covers off them in the middle of the night, and then when it gets cold or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying, whatever, it gets uncomfortable. But I was covering them back up, and I was looking at them, and I was just like, you know what I'm saying, I just like the amount of joy that they bring me and the amount of love that I have for them. It's like puts me in the mind of like, you know, yeah, how about Shimei Shai thinking of us in the same way? And aside from that, I was just like, looking at them, and I'm like, and I'm grateful for Yahweh Shimei Shai, because I can't protect them in this world. Only the Lord can, and I'm grateful. We're grateful to have Yahweh Shimei Shai, to have Yahweh Shai make that sacrifice that He made just so we can be protected. Like shit, hell, I need protection in this matrix. I can't protect them. Like when the Lord made Esau, man, he made the spitting image of what would the opposite of righteousness or the opposite of Yahweh Shemel Shai be. That's exactly what Esau is. He had to make. That's why Satan means the adversary, and the devil means a deceiver. And the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai are pure and true. But the wicked are estranged from the womb, go astray as soon as they being born, speaking lies, man. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna go to that real quick because I kind of want to go to that word estranged and really try to know what that means. Psalms 58. What is it? 21? No, 58. I thought it was 58. Yeah, 58 and 3. To be a stranger, to be a foreigner, enemy. Wow. A strange woman prostitute harder to be estranged, to be alienated, to be an enemy. So as soon as the wicked are born, they're enemy to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. And I was just, you know, thinking about like how evil and wicked, like I was looking at my kids and I was just thinking like, if Esau really wanted to, he would just come in right now and do harm to them, maybe even unalive them and not even think twice about it. I have no type of remorse. That's his MO. That's what he's been doing since from generation to generation. That's what he did to us during the time of slavery, even in each in and this, especially in this captivity that we're in right now. And they still ain't let our they foot off our necks. And see that? So they're continuing, and and persecute. The thing about it is, here's the crazy part about it. I understand why Yahweh Shimon Shai made Esau the way he made Esau. Let me make sure my volume up on this. Okay. I understand why Yahweh Shimon Shai made Esau the way he made Esau, right? Because, you know, Yahweh is a God of true balance. He's the ultimate, what I'm saying, superior being. He's of true balance. So in order for him, he made Esau in a way that he cannot show any remorse or mercy towards him. Because think about it. After 1,000 years, he's going to show mercy to these other nations. They're going to get some form of living. But he despises Esau so much. Esau is so much the opposite of what he is, or what Yahweh Shimon Shai is in righteousness, that after those 1,000 years, Yahweh Shimon Shai is going to justly, what I'm saying, in a just manner, eradicate them off the earth and do away with Esau. So he had to make a creature or a being that he totally despised, that he will not be able, he would not be able to show his compassionate side towards. You see what I'm saying? Really, he only shows compassion towards Israel, but he's going to give these other nations some form of living after 1,000 years, but not Esau. Esau is the only, Jacob is the only nation on this earth that's going to feel the utmost care and mercy from Yahweh Shimei Shai, and Esau is the only nation on this earth that's going to feel the ultimate wrath of Yahweh Shimei Shai. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense, because you know these other nations are going to get go back after they build the kingdom after 1,000 years. They're going to go back to their land. They're still going to have to abide by the law, statutes, and commandments. It's not like that Lord dealing with them, but He reserved all of His wrath he reserved all of his wrath towards Esau. So that's what I was saying when Yahweh Shimon Shai created Esau. Um, he broke the mold. He didn't make. There's no other being on this earth that could be more wicked than Esau. You see that? Let me get a couple scriptures to talk about it. Yeah, without Yahweh Shimon Shai, we're doomed. We wouldn't make it out of this. That's how diabolical and evil and wicked that Esau is. All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49. It says, "The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the ends of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand." All right, and that nation is talking about is Esau. All right, it says, "A nation fierce, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the persons of the old, nor show favor to the young." So this devil is not going to show us any type of mercy. Period. He was not designed or set up to be able to show us mercy. He's doing a perfect job of being wicked. He's doing a perfect job to being the adversary of Yahweh Shimei Shai. Now, we're striving for perfection, to be contrary to what Esau is. You see what I'm saying? So that's why we have to go through these tribulations to purge whatever, because Esau really is a negative reflection of who we are, right? So Esau is a negative reflection of who we are. So now, with that being said, what has to happen? Anything pertaining to that, Yahweh Shimei Shai has to purge that out of us. Let me see something real quick. All right. Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to. All right. All right. I hope my audio is okay. So yeah. So a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the persons of the old, nor show favor to the young, and they're still not showing any favor to the old or young today as we speak. You know, but he was the mystery of iniquity, or Mm. Let's matter as a matter of fact, let's go to that because a couple lessons ago, um, the apostle Juan had brought this scripture out, and he went into the word iniquity. All right, so let's start from right here. This Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." All right, that man of sin that's talking about being revealed is Esau. All right, and that falling away that was talking about is 70 A.D. when Titus and Vespasian came, right, and laid a siege on Jerusalem and destroyed the temple and took all the goods out of the temple. All right. It says, verse 4, it says, "Who imposes and exalted himself above all that is called God," I'm reading it verbatim, "or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." Totally lying to the people. You see that? Um, Hold on one second. Totally lying to the people. If you really want to show hatred towards somebody, lie to them, or withhold the truth on like the fact that they destroyed all of our records, and we can only really go back 500 years without the spirit, um shows the true hatred that Esau has towards us. He wanted us to walk around feeling like if we're nothing, because that's how he views us, as nothing. All right. It says verse 4, who opposes, Second Thessalonians 2:4 says, "Who is opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." Right. Iconoclasm. Um, really iconoclasm. Um, Job 9:24 said, "The earth is given unto the hand of the wicked, and he covereth the faces of the judges." And what does it say? What in Maccabees? Hold on. Okay. All right. See that? It says, "For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence." He's a violent man. Esau's a violent man. You see him? So, but he was crafted and constructed to be that way, to be the opposite of what righteousness is, to the hundredth power. Um, Let me get Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands." Because Esau has the power to do what he wants to do right now. So that's why he continues in sin to do it. Because he feels like nobody's going to stop him. See that? This is Psalms 36:4. It says, "He devises mischief upon his bed. He sitteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil." I mean, he doesn't abhor evil. Esau loves wickedness. All right, let me get First Maccabees. First Maccabees 1:1. It says, "And it happened," this is going into Alexander the Great. It says, "And it happened after that, son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Shittim, had smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece." This is going into Alexander the Great. It says, and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth, and went through the ends of the earth, took spoils of many nations, and so much the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he exalted and his heart was lifted up. But his mind was lifted up, but it wasn't upright. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't righteous at all. As a matter of fact, let's get that in Habakkuk. It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith." Right? His soul that's lifted up is not upright in him. Even though he's puffed up, it's not of righteousness, it's of wickedness. All right. All right. This is First Maccabees 1:3 again. It says, "And went through it to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, insomuch the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up." His mind was lifted up, all right, through his pride, because he was able to, deal wickedly, and no repercussions behind it. "And he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So Alexander reigned 12 years and died, right? And his servants bare rule, everyone in his place. After his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, and so did their sons after them. Many years and evils were multiplied on the earth." See that? When Esau came out of the caves, when Esau came out and started conquering, evils were multiplied on the earth. It was Proverbs 26 and 29 and 16. It says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increase, but the righteous shall see their fall." See, we're gonna see the fall of this devil, man. And that's the faith, patience, and the faith of the saints. You see that? That is the patience and the faith of the saints. All right, let me get Psalms 59. A couple more scriptures before I close it out. Psalms 59 and 1. It says, deliver me from my enemies, O my power, Yahweh. Defend me from them that rise up against me, because um Esau is the adversary to us. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity, the mystery of iniquity, and save me from the bloody man. And we all know through the track record who the bloody man is. It says, for lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgressions, nor for my sins, O Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They run and prepare themselves without my fault, awake to help me, and be and behold, like meaning, look, awake and help me, and look at what these devils are doing, Lord. And Lord know, because He created them. He know what Esau is capable of. That's why He has to deliver us. It says, thou therefore, O Yahweh, power of hosts, the power of Israel, awake to visit all the heathen, be not merciful to any wicked transgressor, Selah. Right, because they're not going to be merciful to us. See that? Let's get I got one more to close it out. Proverbs 52 and 1. All right, this is when um King David had did the prayer against Doeg the Edomite, right? It says, why boastest thyself in thy mischief, O mighty man? Right. And Esau wasn't mighty back then. This is King David prophesying against these devils. It says, the goodness of Yahweh endures continually. Right. You can boast yourself in mischief and wreak havoc on the earth all you want, but Yahweh Shemal Shai is still going to come to the aid of the children of Israel for his name's sake. It says, thy tongue devises mischief like a sharp razor working deceitfully. See that? His mouth is a weapon, because guess what? At this point in time, whatever he says out his mouth, he can make happen. You see what I'm saying? It said, thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Say lie. Right. That's all they love is wickedness. The wicked are estranged from the womb. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. Yahweh shall likewise destroy thee forever. See that? So the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, is going to come to our aid. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living. See that? It says, the righteousness also shall see thee in fear and shall laugh at him. See that? Lo, this is the man that made not Yahweh his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches and strengthened himself in his wickedness. Right, and that's Esau to the 100th power. But like a green olive tree in the house of Yahweh, I trust in the mercy of Yahweh. See, because Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be merciful to us by getting this devil up off of us. It says, um, I trust in the mercy of Yahweh forever and ever. I will praise thee forever because thou hast done it, and I will wait on thy name, for it is good before thy saints. Right, we're going to wait on the name of Yahweh Shema Shai to protect us. So going back to how, I was, being thankful to Yahweh Shema Shai for him being able to protect my children, because I can't protect them, not against this devil. No, not at all. But I'm gonna close it out with this. It says, Second Ezra 22 and 26, it says, as for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, even Esau, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, my hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. See that? So we're thankful to have Yahweh Shem Yahushai to protect us from this diabolical devil, that has no cares or no form of compassion or no form of mercy, that will do whatever it takes to push his agenda. All right. Lord willing, this lesson edified and served this purpose for a hopeful elect, the ones that truly believe in the name Yahweh Shem Shai. With that, I'd like to say, call Halayim, La Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Harakak Wadash, my month. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone. Double honors to my elder apostles as well. I heard one by Yashar down here in the lines in camp. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth, sincerity, and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom.